I'm so proud of myself. I don't think I have once missed a mood and releases video. I think I have once missed a mood and release filming, uploading, none of it. Haven't missed it. So I'm very excited. Hello there, my name is Mackenzie, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being here. Today we are doing another mood and releases video. This is for September 2021. The mood for September 21 is barely making the deadline. No, I'm just kidding. I know this video is coming out just a bit last possible minute. Honestly, I almost forgot about it when planning my filming schedule, so we made it. We're here. We are actually filming the video. Mood for September being cuddle up and buckle down. So it's not exactly cold weather here in the desert in California, but we are getting less hot. So I'm not exactly cuddling, but I have the AC on in my house, so it's kind of cold in here. We're nearing the end of the year. I've so far read 83 books. I upped my Goodreads challenge for the year from 100 to 120. I think I can make 40 books within the next month. Not the next month. What am I talking about? Within the next couple of months until December. I just need to buckle up and get going. So fingers crossed for me. I have big plans for September for reading. I think I'll be able to get a good amount of books done this month, especially now that I've kind of adapted back to my full-time schedule. So now that we've talked about the reading mood, let's move on to September releases. I have my handy dandy husband's phone because my phone is recording. So first things first, we're going to be talking about books coming out September 7th, so literally tomorrow. The first book we're going to talk about is a re-release. It's called Certain Dark Things by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So I did my research, you guys, because everywhere I was seeing on websites, I was saying that this is, coming out on September 7th. But I also have heard that it came out 2016, so what is the deal? The deal is that it was originally published in 2016, but when it was published, it was only published for a limited run. It won the awards and accolades that it did, and then fell off. Like, it wasn't republished. The 5 or 10 copies that exist are the only ones that exist right now. So now that vampires and twisted genres are kind of popular, we're getting a re-release of the book. So we have in this Mexico City an oasis in a sea of vampires. We have Domingo, who is a lonely garbage collecting street kid, and then a jaded vampire swoops into his life. ATL, the descendant of Aztec blood drinkers, is smart, beautiful, and dangerous, and Domingo is mesmerized. Quite frankly, Silvia Moreno Garcia is an auto-buy for me, so I can't wait for this book to come out because I am going to auto-buy it. Probably go tomorrow and pick it up. Next we have The Charm Offensive by Allison Cochran. So this has a 4.54 on Goodreads currently. So I'm nervous about this one, but I feel like it might be good. Okay, so I'm not really a fan of the romance novels that include like a TV show. I tried reading Spoiler Alert by Olivia Date, and I really hated it for all of the wrong reasons. Like, the romance had nothing wrong with it. I just really didn't like everything about the show, and it wasn't believable, and so I'm a little bit nervous that I won't like this, frankly, because of the show. We have a Bachelor-esque type show that's happening where the main character is trying to find love on this show. They're really trying to save their reputation, and the producer, who is trying to find love for himself, realizes that I guess that he has more chemistry with the guy on the show than the guy has with all the other girls. So it sounds fun. It sounds like it could be like it's just enough soap opera that I feel like I'll enjoy it, but I am nervous. So I'll wait for a little bit of reviews to come out before I actually pick it up, but I am interested. We also have Dark and Shallow Lies by Ginny Mayers Sane. This is a 4.25 right now. We have a teen girl disappears from her small town deep in the bayou where magic festers beneath the surface of the swamp like water rot. And quite frankly, the way that the summary is written is by, like, I'm sold. I'm excited for this beautiful kind of almost near rhyme writing style where it's just magical. The writing itself is magical, and then everything else is also magical. We have a Louisiana setting, the worst place to be if you have something to hide. Follow 17-year-old Gray, and she is at the place where her best friend disappeared 6 months ago. So it looks like we're going to be finding, solving a mystery, following this girl. It's being creepy. I like it. I was interested. We'll see about ratings. Obviously, I'm not always into... I always put YA horror, thriller, mysteries on this list, and I don't think I've ever really picked one up. I'm waiting for reviews to come in, and I'm waiting for something to just, like, grab me. Like, The Taking of Jake Livingston has had so many reviews out now that I'm pretty positive I'm going to pick it up, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy it. But that's the thing about me. I'm not going to pick up a book if I'm not almost certain I'm going to enjoy it. That's why it's so surprising to me when I don't like these books. Ooh, next we have Small Town Monsters by Diana Rodriguez Wallach, and oh my god, look at this cover. Do you see in the moon the skull? Oh my god, it's horrifying and so creepy. Okay, we have The Conjuring meets The Vow. What? Wait, what? This terrifying... tells the unputdownable story of a girl, a dark angel, and the cult hell-bent on taking over her small town. Oh man, I'm so into it. So we have Vera Martinez, who wants to escape her parents' reputation as demonologists, and she's really terrified of the occult. We also have Maxwell Oliver, who is trying to enjoy his summer, but instead he's taking care of his little sister. He realizes that his mother's grief over his father's death is becoming something more. Honestly, seems kind of like cute, creepy, funny horror, and I'm down for it. Yeah, I'm really here for genre-bending stories, and that's exactly what it feels like. At the price of sounding just like Book of the Month, I'm also interested in The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina? I'm not sure if I'm even saying that correctly. It looks Latin. She doesn't speak Spanish. I don't know the inflection. It's rough. However, the Montoyas are used to life without explanations, so lots of magical stuff happens, like their pantry is never low or empty, and their matriarch never leaves her home in Four Rivers. But then she is dying, so she invites everyone to her funeral and to collect their inheritance, and everyone's gonna learn the secret and the truth of what's going on. Seems like we're also going to be following a 7 years later plotline where we have a girl who is just coming into her power. I'm really into these very, like, Latin mystical stories. Silvia Moreno Garcia has me in some type of way right now, so it just feels like, just come on, come aboard, I'm ready to read. Plus, I really enjoy what's kind of happening there at the center. It looks like two birds, hummingbirds, on a hibiscus. I'm enjoying that. We Can Be Heroes by Kyrie McCauley. First of all, I feel like the cover kind of tells you a lot about what's happening. So we have two friends who don't really get along, but they're getting along because their third friend has been killed. And so they're trying to figure out who killed her. And we also have the murdered friend's ghost following them and helping them figure out her killer. This is a 4.29 on Goodreads. I don't know if I've been saying all of the reviews. The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina has a 4.03 on Goodreads. Small Town Monsters has a 4.16. Dark and Shallow Lies has a 4.24. All right, we can be heroes. So this one seems really interesting because I've been reading a lot of like female friendship groups that are like really close and not really like too complicated. Like if it's a complicated group setting, it's because it's like mixed genders and people have dated each other. And with this, we just have two girls that really just don't like each other. And so I'm really interested to see where this is gonna go. I'm also like really intrigued that a lot of these are like murder mysteries. I know we're nearing like the fall and like creepy times, but it's just kind of funny. The All-Consuming World by Cassandra Khaw has a 3.41 on Goodreads. This one reminded me of Six of Crows, okay? So we have a diverse team of broken, diminished former criminals who get back together to solve the mystery of their last disastrous mission and to rescue a missing and much changed comrade. But there are not only ones in pursuit of the secret at the heart of the planet, Dimmuburger? The highly evolved AI of the universe have their own agenda and will do whatever it takes to keep humans from ever controlling the universe again. Okay, so we have Six of Crows, and we also have, like, Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing. I'm so here for that. Super interesting. It's gonna only have like 288 pages, so that'll be interesting. I want to see what's going to go on there. I always feel like the bulk of these books come out like the first Tuesday, and then only one or two come out the following Tuesdays. We have Act Cool by Tobley McSmith. This has a 4.19 on Goodreads right now. We have a trans teen walks the fine line between doing whatever it takes for his acting dream and staying true to his self in this moving, thought-provoking YA novel. I got water on myself. So we have August Green, who just landed a coveted spot at the School of Performing Arts in New York. That's amazing. His conservative parents won't accept that he's transgender, and to stay with his aunt in the city. Oh my gosh, and to stay with his aunt in the city, August must promise them he won't transition? August is convinced he can play the part his parents want while acting cool and confident in the company of his talented new friends. But who is August when the lights go out? And where will he turn when the roles start hitting a little too close to home? Oh my gosh, yes, make me cry. I'm so here for it. And just look at that cover. I love that cover. Find your light, find your truth. My glasses are dirty. Okay, quick break, we'll come back. I need to clean my glasses. Alright, A Clash of Steel, a Treasure Island remix by C.B. Lee. So, originally when I saw this, I just saw A Clash of Steel. I read the little bit of the description that I was going to read, and I was like, okay, deal. And then I came to Goodreads, and I was like, a Treasure Island remix? You guys. Okay, I think everyone from my generation was obsessed with Treasure Planet, okay? We're not even going to sit here and debate or discuss. We're all on the same page. So now anything about Treasure Island, Treasure Planet, anything, I'm there for. So we have 1826, and we have, like, Asian Seas Pirate, okay? The sun is setting on the golden age of piracy, and the legendary dragon fleet, the scourge of the South China Sea, is no more. Its ruthless leader, a woman known as the head of the dragon, is now only a story. Jiang desperately wants to prove her worth, especially to her mother, a shrewd businesswoman who never seems to have enough time for Jiang, and I'm pretty sure we're just going to follow the same bit. Let's see. Yes, so she, in exchange for help decoding a tiny map scroll inside, she gets to go off with the dragon fleet. Man, oh man, and they're going after one last treasure. You guys, I don't have to say anything more. And that cover, look at that cover. Among Thieves by M.J. Kuhn has a 3.98 on Goodreads. So this one is a high-stakes heist novel set in a gritty world of magic and malice. I'm down. Always down. So we have Raya, who is an assassin, but for 6 years she's had a deadly secret, and now Raya's path leads directly into the heart of the Guildmaster's stronghold, right back into her past. Forced to team up with a crew of assorted miscreants, smugglers, and thieves, Raya must plan her next move very carefully. If she succeeds, her freedom is won for all. But unfortunately for Raya, her new allies are as nearly as selfish as she is. So, possibly Six of Crows found family, but more likely it sounds like we're gonna get some sort of like betrayal. And finally, on September 7th, we have The Bones of Ruin by Sarah Raleigh. This has a 3.58 on Goodreads. Clash of Steel has a 4.04. So for The Bones of Ruin, we have an African tightrope dancer in Victoria, London. Iris is used to being strange. She is certainly a strange sight for leering British audiences, but Iris also has a secret: she cannot die. Haunted by her unnatural power with no memories of her past, Iris is obsessed with discovering who she is. So am I. So am I. I'm stopping right there. That's amazing. Look at that cover. She's got swords. And she's definitely dancing over a burning London. I'm here for that. So the next Tuesday on September 14th, we have The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This started as a Kylo Ren fan fiction, and I'm sticking with it, okay? So we have a fake relationship between scientists meets the irresistible force of attraction. It throws one woman's carefully calculated theories on love into chaos. So we have a student, a PhD student, who is with a teacher, but he's not like her teacher. So he has like no control over her grades, but it still has that like forbiddenness because he is a teacher and she is a student. So we have kind of like that aspect, but it's like science, and like that's all I needed. Like at first I wasn't completely sold on it, but then Heather at Hey a Booktube said it was a Kylo Ren fan fiction and that's how it started, and I was like sold. Take one, wrap it up, put a bow on it. I'm bringing it back to my place. Also, we have White Smoke coming out by Tiffany D. Jackson, which has a 4.19 on Goodreads. So this is The Haunting of Hill House meets Get Out. And I've heard it's very heavy on the Get Out vibes. And really, I think that's all I need. I'm trying to get more into like YA thrillers, and I feel like this is going to be one of them that I pick up along with The Taking of Jake Livingston, where it takes that extra step to be socially horror and socially horrific while making the commentary that's necessary if you want to talk about stuff like that. So we have Marigold, who her and her family moved to a new house that's like looks new, but all the other houses around it are dilapidated, and also it seems haunted, and Marigold is already running from ghosts. So yes. And then finally, on September 14th, we have The Corpse Queen by Heather M. Herman. This one. Look at that cover, you guys. It's creepy. It's got a little bow on it and everything. So this is a dark and twisty feminist historical thriller. A teenage girl starts a new life as a grave robber, but quickly becomes entangled in a murderer's plans. What? So Molly's best friend Kitty just died, and she's 17. So Molly's sent away to go live with her aunt. And when Molly gets to her Aunt Ava's house, she realizes that Aunt Ava is like filthy rich, and she is because she has been stealing bodies and giving them to medical students who needs them. So seems like Molly's gonna follow in Auntie Ava's footsteps, and it's gonna be gross and creepy and historical. And then we also have the enigmatic Dr. LaSalle, whose lessons are a heady mixture of knowledge and power, and Molly has never wanted anything more than to join his male-only group of students. Yes. September 21 is the next Tuesday, and the first book that I'm excited about on that date is Horsemen by Christina Henry. You guys, Christina Henry coming out with another one, all right? Sleepy Hollow. So this is a Sleepy Hollow retelling. So we have 20 years after the original telling of the Sleepy Hollow. We have 14-year-old Ben, who loves to play Sleepy Hollow boys, reenacting the events from his great-grandpa or something? Or grandpa? Father? But then Ben stumbles upon the headless body of a child in the woods near the village, and the sinister discovery makes Ben question everything the adults ever said. Oh my gosh. That took such a dark turn. The headless body of a child. Alright, so horrifying. We're excited. I'll never get enough of retellings, especially Christina Henry's. I'll just never get enough. And we have Iron Widow by Xiran J. Zhao. Xiran J. Zhao. Forgive me if I'm wrong. So, this one was really interesting because it kind of reminded me of that one movie where it takes two pilots to operate like a giant robot, and those giant robots like fight aliens that come down to Earth. Okay, so it reminded me of that, but basically it has to be a boy and a girl, and like, seems horrible because the girl always dies and the guy just lives on. But then we have Zixin, who offers herself up as a concubine. Oh yeah, and that's also the thing, right? Like, it's bad enough that these girls have to sacrifice their lives, but they're also concubines. So she offers herself up to be a pilot, but then she offers herself up to be a pilot, but it's only so that way she can assassinate the male pilot responsible for her sister's death. She ends up killing him through the psychic link between them, which was supposed to kill her, and then she ends up being able to pilot these robot things by herself. So I'm interested in this story. These concubine stories are never easy for me to read, but it's something that I want to read a little bit more about because it's all about these women taking control of the situation and the horrible hands that they've been dealt. On top of that, I really liked that movie with the robots and the aliens and the psychic link. I'm all about it, okay? To Break a Covenant by Allison Ames. Look at how creepy this cover is. It's a 4.33 on Goodreads right now, so this is a debut novel. Perfect for fans of Wilder Girls and Sawkill Girls, and I've read neither of those books. I feel like I would like Wilder Girls, but I still haven't read it, so I don't know what that says. So we have this place, it's haunted. It started when the mine exploded, and then they changed the name of the town. That'll get rid of the hauntings. Okay, and then we start to follow this group of girls. We have Clem and Nina, who integrate a third girl into their circle, Lizzie, and then they all three enter the mines themselves. Horrifying. Great. What do you mean? There's a child in the well? Also on the 21st is The Whispering Door by T.J. Klune. So we're all very excited for the next book by T.J. Klune. Has a 4.44 on Goodreads right now. We have a Reaper who comes to collect Wallace Price from his own funeral. Wallace suspects he really might be dead. Shocking. Instead of leading him directly to the afterlife, he leads him to a small village. On the outskirts, off the path through the woods, tucked between the mountains, is a particular tea shop run by a man named Hugo. Hugo is the tea shop's owner to locals and the ferryman to souls who need to cross over. But Wallace isn't ready to abandon the life he barely lived. With Hugo's help, he finally starts to learn about all the things he missed in life. Sweet, cute, adorable, spiritual successor to House in the Cerulean Sea, and I think that's all I needed. What about you? September 28th is the final Tuesday, and it also is the last day that has all the books that I'm excited for. We have The Cursed Carnival and Other Calamities. So this is a Rick Riordan Presents with featuring, I believe, all of these characters from different stories. We have 10 different authors under the Rick Riordan Presents who are contributing to this. All the heroes previously starred in a popular book from the Presents imprint. You'll be reunited with Arusha, Zane Obispo, Min the Spirit Fox, Sal and Gabby, Tristan Strong, Nizoni Begay, Paula Santiago, Sikander Aziz, and Riley O. And who is the new hero? Read to find out. So we're also going to get a new hero. So this seems super exciting to me, mainly because I am trying to read all of the Riordan Presents anyway. And so this seems like a really fun, like, let's get the gang together. It's a crossover episode. Beasts of Prey by Ayana Gray has a 4.41 rating on Goodreads right now. So I've literally seen this book around for like a year now. I think the advanced reader copies have been making their rounds on BookTube and Book Talk. We have magic that doesn't exist anymore in the city of La Cosa. especially for girls like 16-year-old Kofi. Indentured to the notorious Night Zoo, she cares for its fearsome and magical creatures to pay off her family's debts and secure their eventual freedom. But the night her loved one's own safety is threatened by the zoo's cruel master, Kofi unleashes a power she doesn't fully understand, and the consequences are dire. Tell me no more. I'm there. I'm ready. I'm excited. Can't wait for it. Alright, and lastly, the last book in September 28th, Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Aoki, has a 4.3 rating on Goodreads. We have Good Omens meets A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. I haven't read either of those, but I'm pretty sure I'd like both of them, so I'm down for this story. We have a defiantly joyful adventure set in California's San Gabriel Valley with cursed violins, Faustian bargains, and queer alien courtship over fresh-made donuts. Like, what? That's so cool. Okay. We have Shizuka, who's made a deal with the devil. To escape damnation, she must entice 7 other violin prodigies to trade their souls for success. She's already delivered 6. So she needs another one. She finds Katrina, a young transgender runaway. And she feels like she's finding her final candidate. But in a donut shop, they kind of like seem to be falling in love. And oh my gosh, I'll take it. Alright, so those are all the books that I'm excited that are coming out in September. Tell me some books that you are excited about that are coming out September down in the comments below, and we can chit-chat there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!